people in Arlington are supportive of the idea of having a diverse community. They are very supportive also of housing affordability, but there are significant knowledge gaps about affordable housing. People don't understand how much rent has gone up, for example, how much it takes to really afford comfortably a one-bedroom apartment in Arlington. I mean, we're not even talking largely about home ownership here. We're talking about rental values. While housing affordability is the foundation of having an affordable, diverse community, there are other cost pressures as well, like, for example, in our area, childcare. So that if people cannot make their basic living expenses, they're going to move elsewhere. And they will not be able to put that money back into the local economy. So very much what we're out there talking to people about is economic development and sustainability, and the key role that housing affordability plays in that. And as you start to fill those knowledge gaps, then people can really say, okay, now I really get it, why we have to dedicate some of our tax revenue to this, why it's important for that higher story building mixed income to come into my neighborhood, even though theoretically I'd rather have a bunch of lower buildings, that they understand there's a real need for this. Arlington's had affordability issues for decades, but what was a challenge in 2000 became a crisis by 2008. So when people understand that, especially people who have lived in Arlington for a long time and who are homeowners, they don't really have to go out and rent an apartment. Sometimes their kids do, and then they find out the story that way. But if you've really been in Arlington, a long-time established resident, in fairness, why would you know any of this? But as we're out there telling the story and filling in those knowledge gaps, it really helps them to put some context around those progressive values they already hold. And we find that that's a very effective way of growing our advocacy circle, if you will, and asking neighbors to tell other neighbors those stories, so that if there's a proposal on the edge of your neighborhood to put up 5 stories instead of 3 to allow affordability in those extra 2 stories, that people will be favorably disposed.